Today we're going to build something like this, which is an autonomous computer vision powered mosquito detection and zapping system. Because if you've spent any amount of time in a tropical country, you know that the mosquito squatters and the electric bats can only go so far before you wake up in the morning looking like you have measles. I'm going to break this all down step by step, including covering the key concepts you need to understand, the hardware that you will need to procure, and even the code snippets that you need to put all of this together. So without further ado, let's get into it. So step one is going to be detecting the mosquito, and this is going to be a classification problem. If you're familiar with mosquitoes, which if you've gone camping or if you've lived again in a developing country, you know that they are sneaky, fast mofos. So the first hardware component you're going to have to acquire is a camera with a high frame rate. In terms of the technologies you're going to have to use, you will be using OpenCV for the video processing, YOLO-v8, which you're going to have to fine-tune for detecting mosquitoes, and you're going to have to run inference on PyTorch. But the key component you will need to be setting up for this phase is going to be a lightweight tracking module with the help of a centroid-based Kalman filter. Centroid-based because you're continuously going to be calculating the distance from the object detector to the center of the bounding box of the mosquito. A Kalman filter is really good at predicting the position of a moving object in the next frame, and it updates its predictions based on new observations coming in. So even if there is an occlusion or some kind of an opaque object that gets in the way of the mosquitoes, you can still come up with a very good guess about where the mosquito is going to be next. This is what the mosquito tracking and detection code snippet is going to look like. You are going to start off by importing the YOLO-v8 model that is fine-tuned to detect mosquitoes. And then you're going to be using OpenCV to create a video feed, and for each frame, you are going to be running that model, running inference on that model to detect mosquitoes, and for each mosquito that you detect, you're going to set up a bounding box around it and label it mosquito. Okay, let's keep plugging along. The next module is going to be all about tracking the position of the mosquito and predicting its trajectory, aka its flight path. Now, this is where the Kalman filter is really going to shine, because you will need to deal with low light conditions or occlusions in terms of predicting the mosquito's next positions. But there's another technology that is going to be very, very helpful in tracking mosquitoes, specifically if there's going to be multiple of them in the same frame. Because if you know anything about mosquitoes, they can hunt in packs sometimes. And this technology is Deep Sort, or simple online real-time tracking with re-identification. Basically, the way Deep Sort works is it uses deep learning to assign IDs that are consistent for each moving object across frames. Even if there are multiple different moving objects, it is going to be assigning an ID to each moving object as the frames progress. So as a bonus feature, you can even name your mosquitoes using this technology. So as they get zapped and fall to their deaths and their corpses lay lifeless on the ground, you can build them a little headstone with their names on it so that their other mosquito friends can come and mourn them at a later time. This is the code snippet you need to predict the flight paths of the mosquitoes using the Kalman filter. Nice and simple and clean. God bless Python and the litany of libraries you can import from. Module 3 is going to be all about giving your system some tooth. Finally, we're going to be building the laser targeting and firing system. Now, this is probably going to be the most hardware-heavy part of your project. You're going to have to get a pulse wave modulation servo driver to build your 2-axis laser turret, and you're going to have to get the class 4 laser diode to shoot lasers out of. And you're going to have to use Arduino or Teensy as the software framework that allows you to control these servo motors and the laser. Words to the wise, a class 4 laser diode is going to be shooting out the most powerful laser you can get your hands on. So this may be a bit of an overkill for building an indoor system that is only going to be zapping mosquitoes, because the last thing you want is for your grandma to get zapped in the eye because she was walking a little funny and get blinded because you had a sloppy algorithm. So maybe consider scaling back to the less powerful class 3B laser diode. Anyway, this is the code for the laser aiming on the Python side, and this is the code snippet for the laser aiming on the Arduino side, which is actually going to be moving the servo motors. And finally, in module 4, we are going to build a control system that combines all of this together, and maybe we're going to slap on a UI interface on top of it so that we're able to track this system a bit better. Now, specifically for the computer vision related aspects of this project, you are going to be needing a chip that is capable of running inference for edge AI models. And a chip that would be great for these purposes is the Jetson Orin Nano. The other key thing to keep in mind is that the components, such as the component that detects the mosquitoes, the component that tracks the flight path of the mosquitoes, the component that aims the lasers at the mosquitoes, and the component that ultimately fires the lasers at the mosquitoes are going to be very separate systems, but they're going to have to work in very tight and quick coordination because the response times are going to have to be in milliseconds. And in order for these different modules to communicate with one another, we are going to have to use ZeroMQ, which is a publisher-subscriber-based messaging system that provides very, very low latency. Interestingly enough, ZeroMQ is also the messaging system that is used in high-frequency trading farms, because when it comes to shooting down mosquitoes and making trades, you can't afford to miss. Anyway, this is the code snippet that publishes the coordinates of the mosquito's position using ZeroMQ. And this is the code snippet for the ZeroMQ subscriber that is responsible for firing the lasers at the mosquitoes given their position. In the times of the cavemen, they would simply swat the mosquitoes with their hands and wipe off the mosquito carcasses on the hair of their friends. Then came along mosquito swatting bats, which again would need the carcasses to be wiped off on the hair of some nearby friend or a pedestrian. Then you had electric bats that would be cleaner, but again, the hit rate wasn't all that great and it would be very manual. This is the next natural step. This is what we need to continue our war on the mosquito species. Anyway, guys, I hope this was useful. I hope you learned something useful today. And if you're thinking about building this, then please drop your mosquito KD counts in the comments section. And with that, peace to everybody out there except the mosquitoes. I'll see you in the next video.